Beyond the familiar sights of London's Big Ben and Edinburgh Castle lies a Britain that many travelers never discover. From mysterious stone circles standing sentinel on ancient plains to hidden university towns where scholars walk centuries-old corridors, the United Kingdom holds countless treasures waiting to be explored. In this journey, we'll take you to 15 extraordinary destinations that showcase Britain's remarkable diversity. You'll discover dramatic coastlines where legends were born, pristine lakes reflecting snow-capped mountains, and medieval cities where history comes alive in every cobblestone street. Whether you're seeking the raw beauty of Scotland's Highlands, the literary charm of English university towns, or the mystic appeal of Welsh castles, these destinations reveal why Britain continues to captivate visitors from around the world. So join us as we explore the very best places this ancient kingdom has to offer, from its windswept shores to its rolling countryside, from its academic sanctuaries to its royal capitals. Now, before we discuss the most beautiful places to visit in the UK, we will dive into a short summary of the long and vibrant history of this magnificent country. Thank you all for watching and enjoy. From ancient Britons to global influence, the United Kingdom's story spans millennia. Celtic tribes gave way to Roman conquest, followed by Anglo-Saxon kingdoms and Viking raids. The Norman conquest of 1066 transformed England, introducing feudal society and connecting it to continental Europe. Medieval Britain saw the rise of Parliament, the signing of Magna Carta, and the development of common law. The Tudor era brought religious reformation and cultural flowering under Elizabeth I. The Stuart period witnessed civil war, restoration, and the birth of constitutional monarchy. The Industrial Revolution launched Britain to global dominance, creating the largest empire in history. Victorian Britain became the world's workshop, while expanding democracy and social reform. 2 world wars tested the nation's resolve, leading to the empire's dissolution and the birth of the modern Commonwealth. Today's United Kingdom blends ancient traditions with contemporary innovation. 4 distinct nations, England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, unite under one crown, each preserving its unique culture while sharing a common story. From Stonehenge to the digital age, Britain's journey continues to shape world history, while its heritage draws millions to explore its historic treasures and modern achievements. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy uncovering beautiful travel spots on this beautiful planet. Now, thank you all for watching and enjoy. Stonehenge. Rising from the rolling chalk downs of Wiltshire, Stonehenge stands as one of humanity's most enigmatic achievements. These massive stone monoliths, arranged in their perfect circles, have watched over Salisbury Plain for 5 millennia. Their original purpose still debated, but their power to inspire undimmed by time. The monument's massive sarsen stones, weighing up to 25 tons each, tower more than 20 feet high, their weathered surfaces bearing silent witness to countless solstices. The precise astronomical alignment of these stones reveals the sophisticated knowledge of their Neolithic builders. During the summer solstice, the sun rises behind the heel stone, and its first rays shine into the heart of the monument. The engineering feat of transporting these enormous stones, the sarsens from 20 miles away, and the smaller bluestones from Wales, 150 miles distant, remains astounding. Each carefully shaped stone was fitted using interlocking joints, displaying a level of technological sophistication that challenges our perceptions of prehistoric capabilities. The surrounding landscape holds its own ancient treasures. Burial mounds dot the horizon, while the avenue processional route stretches toward the River Avon. This wider ritual landscape, now recognized as a World Heritage Site, suggests Stonehenge stood at the heart of a vast ceremonial complex that drew people from across ancient Britain. The Peak District, straddling the spine of England, the Peak District unfolds as a dramatic tableau of limestone dales, windswept moorlands, and gritstone edges. As Britain's first national park, it preserves a landscape where nature's raw beauty and human history have intertwined for millennia. Chatsworth House, the Palace of the Peak, rises from its parkland setting like a vision from a fairy tale. This magnificent stately home, seat of the Dukes of Devonshire, showcases centuries of architectural and artistic splendor. Its golden stone facade, reflecting in the serpentine river Derwent, houses one of Europe's finest private art collections, while its gardens, designed by Capability Brown, represent the pinnacle of English landscape design. The district's wild heart reveals itself in places like Kinderscout, where dramatic gritstone edges overlook vast moorlands purple with heather. These heights, where the mass trespass of 1932 established the right to roam, offer challenging hikes and sweeping views across multiple counties. In limestone country, deep dales like Monsall and Lathkill cut through the plateau, their clear streams and steep sides creating perfect walking country. Villages built from local stone nestle in the valleys, each with its own character. Castleton, overlooked by mysterious Mam Tor, guards its famous Blue John Caves. Bakewell, home of the pudding that bears its name, maintains its medieval bridge and marketplace. Eyam, the plague village, tells its moving story of sacrifice and survival. Cardiff. Cardiff embodies Wales' evolution from medieval stronghold to vibrant capital. Here, where the River Taff meets the Bristol Channel, centuries of Welsh history blend with contemporary culture to create a capital city that both honors its past and eagerly embraces tomorrow. Cardiff Castle stands at the city's heart, its Roman walls and Norman keep crowned by spectacular Victorian Gothic fantasy. The castle's interiors, transformed by the third Marquess of Bute and William Burgess, burst with incredible detail, each room a kaleidoscope of gilt, marble, and medieval-inspired artistry. Below ground, the castle's wartime tunnels tell stories of more recent history when they sheltered Cardiff citizens during air raids. Cardiff Bay, once the world's largest coal port, has reinvented itself as a stunning waterfront destination. The Wales Millennium Centre, with its copper-colored dome and Welsh slate facade, has become an iconic symbol of modern Wales. Its dramatic inscription, "In these stones horizons sing," captures the spirit of Welsh cultural renaissance. Nearby, the Senedd building's transparent design symbolizes democratic openness, while the Norwegian Church Arts Centre recalls the bay's maritime heritage. The National Museum houses Wales' greatest treasures, from prehistoric gold to one of Europe's finest Impressionist collections. Its natural history galleries tell the story of Wales from its earliest geological formations to its present-day wildlife, while its art collection showcases Welsh creativity through the centuries. St. Andrews. Perched on Scotland's eastern coast, St. Andrews stands as a remarkable fusion of sporting history, academic excellence, and medieval grandeur. This ancient town, where salt-laden winds sweep across Links land that has witnessed the birth of golf, creates an atmosphere unlike anywhere else in the world. The Old Course, golf's spiritual home, stretches along the edge of West Sands Beach, its hallowed turf shaped by centuries of play. The iconic Swilcan Bridge, worn smooth by countless footsteps, stands as golf's most photographed landmark. Here, where the game has been played since the 15th century, every bunker and burning has its own name and story, creating a pilgrimage site for golfers from around the globe. Rising above the town, the ruins of St. Andrew's Cathedral once formed the largest church in medieval Scotland. Its skeletal towers and weathered archways still dominate the skyline, testament to a time when this was the religious heart of Scotland. The adjacent St. Rule's Tower offers panoramic views across the town, golf courses, and the North Sea stretching to the horizon. Cambridge. Along the gentle curves of the River Cam, Cambridge weaves a tapestry of architectural splendor and academic excellence spanning 8 centuries. Here, where medieval courts meet manicured lawns, one of the world's greatest universities has shaped minds and landscapes alike into something approaching perfection. King's College Chapel stands as the city's crowning glory, its late Gothic architecture soaring skyward in a display of architectural daring that still inspires awe. Its fan-vaulted ceiling, the largest of its kind in the world, seems to float overhead like frozen music, while its stained glass windows paint the interior with jeweled light. At dusk, when the college's famous choir fills the space with song, the chapel reveals why it represents the pinnacle of English perpendicular architecture. Along the river, the famous backs present Cambridge's most iconic views, where college gardens sweep down to the water's edge. Here, punts glide silently beneath ancient bridges, their wooden poles dipping into the Cam as they have for generations. The Lake District. In England's northwestern corner lies a masterpiece of natural artistry, where glacial lakes mirror soaring peaks and ancient valleys cradle some of Britain's most sublime landscapes. The Lake District stands as a testament to the raw beauty that inspired Wordsworth, Coleridge, and countless others to find poetry in nature's grand design. Magnificent bodies of water, from Windermere's vast expanse to Ullswater's serpentine grace, reflect ever-changing skies in their crystal depths. These lakes, carved by Ice Age glaciers, create perfect mirrors for the surrounding fells, their surfaces shifting from glass-like calm to wind-rippled texture as mountain weather passes over them. Above these waters, the fells rise in dramatic succession, Scafell Pike, Helvellyn, and Skiddaw among them, their rocky summits piercing the clouds while sheep graze on their lower slopes. Ancient paths, worn smooth by centuries of footsteps, wind through these mountains, leading hikers to spectacular viewpoints where the whole of Lakeland unfolds before them. Cornwall. At Britain's southwestern tip, Cornwall unfolds as a mythical peninsula where dramatic cliffs plunge into turquoise seas and ancient legends blend with stunning natural beauty. This is a land shaped by the elements where Atlantic waves have carved a coastline of raw, untamed grandeur. St. Ives, nestled in its perfect horseshoe bay, glows with an artist's light that has drawn creators for generations. Its whitewashed cottages and winding, cobbled streets house galleries and studios, while the Tate St. Ives stands as a modernist tribute to the town's artistic heritage. Here, the quality of light dancing off the sea has inspired countless masterpieces, creating an artist's paradise where creativity flows as naturally as the tides. Here, where history meets mythology, the ancient kings of Cornwall held court, and legends of King Arthur were born. The dramatic new bridge spans a chasm that has challenged visitors for centuries, leading to ruins where fact and fantasy intertwine. Oxford. Rising gracefully from the Thames Valley, Oxford's skyline of golden spires and ancient towers has inspired scholars, poets, and dreamers for over 8 centuries. This city of learning, where medieval colleges stand shoulder to shoulder with groundbreaking research facilities, embodies the perfect fusion of tradition and innovation. Behind ornate gates and beneath Gothic archways, Oxford's colleges reveal their hidden treasures. Christ Church's magnificent dining hall, which inspired Hogwarts' Great Hall, speaks to centuries of scholarly traditions. The quad of Magdalen College, with its classic cloisters and deer-filled meadow, preserves the tranquil atmosphere that has nurtured countless brilliant minds. The Bodleian Library, one of the world's oldest libraries, stands as a testament to human knowledge and architectural splendor. Its Duke Humphreys reading room, with its dark wood panels and ancient manuscripts, still serves scholars as it has since the 15th century. The iconic Radcliffe camera, with its perfect circular design, creates one of academia's most photographed landmarks. The Ashmolean, Britain's first public museum, houses treasures from across human civilization within its neoclassical walls. From ancient Egyptian artifacts to Renaissance masterpieces, its collections tell the story of human creativity and achievement across millennia. The Giant's Causeway. Along Northern Ireland's rugged Antrim coast, the Giant's Causeway stands as one of nature's most remarkable masterpieces. Here, where land meets the turbulent North Atlantic, roughly 40,000 interlocking basalt columns create a landscape that seems too perfectly geometric to be natural, yet too vast to be man-made. These hexagonal columns, stepping down from the cliff face into the sea like a giant's pathway, were forged in the fires of ancient volcanic activity 60 million years ago. Yet local legend tells a different tale of the giant Finn McCool, who built this causeway to reach his rival in Scotland. Each massive column, most with 6 perfectly symmetrical sides, fits together with its neighbors in an interlocking pattern that has captivated visitors for centuries. The site reveals its different personalities with changing weather and light. In morning mist, the columns loom mysteriously through the haze, while storm-driven waves crash dramatically against the geometric platforms. On clear days, the basalt gleams black against the blue sea, creating a stark contrast that emphasizes the site's otherworldly geometry. The Cotswolds. Threading through 5 counties, the Cotswolds unfolds like an artist's dream of the perfect English countryside. Here, gentle hills roll into misty valleys, and ancient woodlands give way to meadows bordered by centuries-old dry stone walls, creating a landscape that seems lifted from a storybook. The region's distinctive honey-colored limestone defines its character, glowing warmly in the sunlight and lending a magical uniformity to the villages that nestle in its valleys. In places like Castle Combe, Bourton-on-the-Water, and Stow-on-the-Wold, this golden stone has been crafted into a tapestry of gabled roofs, mullioned windows, and charming cottages, their gardens overflowing with roses and wisteria. Medieval market towns tell the story of the region's wool trade wealth, their market halls and merchants' houses standing proud after half a millennium. Ancient church spires rise above village greens, where time seems to move more slowly, while bubbling streams pass under low stone bridges that have carried travelers for centuries. London. Rising from the banks of the Thames, London stands as one of the world's greatest cities, where 2,000 years of history blend seamlessly with cutting-edge modernity. This sprawling metropolis, once the heart of a global empire, continues to pulse with an energy that draws millions to its historic streets and grand squares. The Tower of London, that ancient fortress of power and imprisonment, still guards its crown jewels behind medieval walls. Ravens patrol its courtyards as they have for centuries, while beefeaters share tales of intrigue and royal drama that have shaped Britain's story. From its ramparts, visitors can trace London's evolution from Roman outpost to global capital. Buckingham Palace, with its iconic facade and ceremonial changing of the guard, represents the living heartbeat of the British monarchy. When the royal standard flies above its roof, signaling the Queen's presence, tourists and locals alike gather at its gates, drawn by the timeless pageantry of royal London. Within the British Museum's grand columned entrance lies a treasure house of human civilization. Here, the Rosetta Stone, the Parthenon sculptures, and countless other artifacts tell the story not just of Britain, but of humanity's shared journey through time. Its vast reading room stands as a temple to human knowledge and discovery. Edinburgh. Perched dramatically between earth and sky, Edinburgh Castle commands Scotland's capital from its volcanic throne, its ancient walls rising from sheer cliffs that have defended the city for over a millennium. This iconic fortress, standing sentinel over the city since the 12th century, creates one of the world's most breathtaking urban landscapes. The Royal Mile stretches down from the castle like a medieval spine through the heart of the old town, its cobbled surface worn smooth by centuries of footsteps. Here, towering tenements, some reaching 14 stories high, create steep-walled canyons of honey-colored sandstone, their crow-stepped gables and mysterious closes, narrow alleyways, telling tales of a city built upward when it couldn't expand outward. In this UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Old Town preserves a perfectly intact medieval plan. Narrow wynds and hidden courtyards branch off the Royal Mile, each with its own stories of saints and sinners, poets and philosophers. The weathered stones of St. Giles Cathedral, with its distinctive crown spire, have witnessed everything from royal coronations to religious reformations. As evening descends and golden light catches the Gothic spires and turrets, Edinburgh reveals its romantic soul, a city where history feels alive in every shadow and every stone. Bath. Nestled in the rolling hills of Somerset, Bath stands as a masterpiece of historical preservation, where Roman ingenuity meets Georgian elegance. This UNESCO World Heritage City, built from honey-colored Bath stone, glows golden in the sunlight, its classical architecture creating one of Europe's most harmonious urban landscapes. At its heart, the Roman Baths complex reveals the sophisticated engineering of ancient Rome. Steaming thermal waters still fill these 2,000-year-old pools, their green-tinged surface reflecting perfectly preserved columns and statuary. Below street level, original Roman paving stones bear the footprints of history, while the Great Bath stands as a testament to Roman technological brilliance and social sophistication. The city's Georgian heritage shines in the sweeping curve of the Royal Crescent, where John Wood's architectural vision created one of Britain's most impressive streetscapes. The Circus nearby forms a perfect circle of townhouses, its classical facades celebrating mathematical precision and architectural harmony. These streets tell the story of 18th century social refinement, when Bath was the height of fashion and society. York. Behind ancient walls that have stood guard since Roman times, York preserves a magical slice of England's medieval soul. This city, where Vikings once roamed and kings held court, stands as one of Europe's finest historical treasures, its stories etched in every cobblestone and timber frame. Rising above the city's skyline, York Minster commands attention as one of the world's most magnificent Gothic cathedrals. Its soaring towers and vast stained glass windows represent medieval architecture at its zenith, while the echoes of centuries of worship resonate through its stone chambers. The Great East Window, larger than a tennis court, creates a kaleidoscope of colored light that has dazzled visitors for over 600 years. The Shambles, with its overhanging timber-framed buildings leaning in close conversation across the narrow street, takes visitors into what feels like a living, medieval painting. These ancient shopping lanes, where butchers once displayed their wares on wide windowsills, now host charming boutiques and cafes while maintaining their 14th century character. The city walls offer a commanding 2-mile circuit around York's historic heart, providing views across red-tiled rooftops and church spires that have changed little since medieval times. The Scottish Highlands. Rising from the northern reaches of Britain, the Scottish Highlands stand as one of nature's greatest masterpieces. Here, ancient mountains pierce the clouds, their rugged slopes carved by millennia of wind and rain into formations that seem to defy gravity. At the heart of this wild realm lies Loch Ness, stretching like a dark ribbon through the Great Glen. Its deep waters hold centuries of mystery and legend, while ancient castles stand guard along its shores. Through misty mornings and golden evenings, the loch changes its character with each shifting ray of light. Glencoe's majestic valley showcases nature at its most dramatic. Sheer cliffs rise from the valley floor, their faces etched by countless waterfalls. This legendary landscape bears witness to both tragic Highland history and nature's raw beauty, where golden eagles soar between peaks and red deer roam the heather-covered slopes. On the Isle of Skye, land and sea wage an eternal battle along one of Europe's most spectacular coastlines. Jagged cliffs plunge into the turbulent North Atlantic, while hidden coves shelter pristine beaches. The Cuillin Mountains create a dramatic backdrop, their black peaks often shrouded in clouds that race across the sky.